Hey guys, this is Owen.
And this is Noah.
And welcome
To the Hey Brother Podcast. Hey brother.
Hey brother, guess what?
What?
We have my actual brother here today.
What?
Jacob, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Jacob, and I'm Owen's actual brother.
It's not a fake one like me.
Yeah, get out of here, you poser. It's just gonna be me and Jacob's podcast now.
Oh,
I was just waiting.
I mean, like, I'll take a week off. Is it paid?
No,
It'll be more than a week now.
we don't get paid to do this podcast,
Are you
right?
sure? I'm making bank.
Unless we can get some sponsors, eh?
I'm looking at you, Buckeyes.
Squarespace.
Or Squarespace.
Yeah, everyone's sponsored by Squarespace.
They'll sponsor anybody.
How does Squarespace still have money?
Anyway, Jacob,
That's a good
what do
question.
you do for a living?
What
Just
do I
fill
do?
us in about
Oh my gosh.
the
this
life
is
of
one
Jacob.
whatever. I'm a machinist. I make airplane parts
Ooh.
and stuff. I
So,
would.
What
huh?
parts do you make with airplanes?
I have no idea. They just say that they're airplane parts, and
So you don't know you're actually making airplane
no,
parts.
but I would never fly again. I'll tell you that.
That's
much.
what I'm like, if I ever get in a plane crash, I'm blaming you.
You probably could.
So what if you're secretly making new parts
That's
without you
fine.
knowing?
That's happened before. We've made tomahawk. I won't say where I work, but like
No, yeah, you're not allowed to say
I
where you
can't
work.
say where I work. But we make in the past. Rumor was because they never really tell us like, hey, you're making stuff that's gonna kill people someday, sort of deal. Like they were just these cool housings, and dude, there were thousands of these things.
What do you mean by housing?
They're just like canisters with a bunch of cool holes in them,
Oh, okay.
and slots, and you don't know what they're just like
Yeah,
things.
well, I
And you
didn't know
make
what a
them.
housing was.
Well, it's just like imagine a can with a bunch of holes in it,
Okay.
and that's what you got.
This
Sir,
doesn't sound like
And
a
then,
great
so
house.
what it was, I'm like, dude, what are these? Thousands of these things, man. Thousands.
Okay.
Dude, try to process what I'm telling you. That there were
You
thousands.
made
of
thousands
these.
of them.
I did not. I saw them, and I'm like, what are they?
Oh.
And they said that rumor on the street was that they're for Tomahawk missiles. Now think, if you just put, okay, 2 of them in one,
Okay.
that's still 500 missiles. It's a lot.
You guys supplied 500 missiles
to the
yourself.
military.
hey, boss. Yes. What are we making here? These look a lot like rockets. No, they're just plane parts.
No. It's for straining your noodles, guys.
Yeah,
It's
The
just-
high precision noodles.
We make the most high quality noodle makers.
Too loud.
No.
I think
heard
it'd
a
be
knock.
worth noting that we're in a library.
Oh yeah, we have to reposition. I don't know if we've ever mentioned this, but we do this at school, and we did this at school. I don't know if
We're just, we're relocating,
for now.
We've got to have knowledge in the back of
Knowledge.
the background here. There's books all around
Guys,
us.
listen. I read a book every day.
You know what is
Okay,
more
then,
important
Patrick.
than material things?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
I. That's why I'm more proud of this bookshelf being filled than my Lamborghini.
That's the stupidest thing. I would be way more proud of my Lamborghini.
Have you ever
Stupid
seen that
thing.
YouTube ad that was going
Dude,
around?
I've seen it like 500 times.
Everyone's seen
I've looked it up just to watch the ad.
Just the way he says knowledge.
Knowledge.
Makes me laugh.
Yes, because you can say it to anybody. Knowledge.
Okay, so anyway, Jacob, you do like what do you do in your spare time?
What do you do for
Oh
fun?
man, spare time. That's not a thing I really have, to be quite honest.
Okay, well,
Technically, okay, I'll give it to
Outside
you.
of
I
work.
choose to make my life. I'm so bit. I won't use the metaphor I was about to say. It's about how busy I am. But let's just put it this way: I'm very busy. But outside of work, I like to fight. I do combat sports, and I dabble in the deadly art of jujitsu
Ooh.
and kickboxing, so Muay Thai, which is like the Thailand people or whatever you want to call them,
Yes.
came up with this way of kicking people with their shins and using their elbows to make people bleed, and I'm like, dude, I'm into that.
Yeah,
And
but
so,
what made you want to like start
Beat
this?
people
to be
up?
honest?
well, I'm just violent by nature. When you stopped messing around with me, I
That
had to
doesn't mean
seek out.
if you saw him on the street, he'd just take
Oh
you down.
yeah, no. I'm not
But-
like that. I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna just straight up fight you. But if someone like
If provoked.
if someone was to, I don't know, hypothetically bust in this room and say, "Hey, keep your mouth shut," something in me would maybe make me go, "Hey, man, you keep your mouth shut." And then if it ensued,
A
violence would be welcomed by
He
me.
wouldn't be upset.
I would not be upset with it. I welcome violence with open arms. I embrace it. I hug it and I kiss it. I love violence so much, and my hunger for it
Jacob,
is
Is
so
this
great.
something you want to be advertised?
I mean, yeah.
All
If
right.
some dude just calls me out on the street, fine, I'll fight him. Because for one thing I've learned is people who just randomly want to fight people
Aren't
don't
good at
know a
fighting.
lick of thing about fighting.
Yeah.
Or well, actually, I take that back. They either don't know, or they do. There's no like in
That's
between.
everyone.
Because like there's me. I would never do it because I've seen what other people can do.
Yeah.
And then there are other dudes who see what other people would be like. I could totally beat you, and then they do, and so they call people out. They're like, "Hey, I'm gonna kick your butt," and then they're like, "Oh, okay." That usually happens in a gym. Outside of a gym, if a guy goes, "I'm gonna kick your butt," chances are they've never seen anyone doing combat sports
Yeah.
before, and then they get their butt kicked.
That's yeah. I would never challenge anyone to a fight.
I mean, it's not a wise thing to do.
No, I mean,
because you don't
there's
know.
no. Why would I want to anyway?
You don't know
I don't want to
anyone.
get bloody.
Some dude, even like it's like anyone, just by chance, just pick up a rock, smash you in the head with it. You know, I mean, there's so many factors that go into fighting somebody that it's like in a gym there are rules.
Scary.
You know, there's rules. You
Yes.
can't kick someone in the groin. In the street, if someone says, "I'm gonna fight you," dude, you're gonna catch a groin shot.
Yeah,
Like some
they're
dude's
gonna
gonna
be dirty.
straight up.
They're gonna be
kick
dirty. They
you
want to win. That's
in
why.
the, exactly, and people play to bite you and stuff like that, and it's no fun.
That's what John said he would do.
Yeah, and I'm like, I would never
He's
do
just
that.
like, if I ever fought Jacob, I would bite him.
And then, you know what? If he found his way to bite me, I'm a big fan of elbows, putting elbows in people, and it's a lot of fun.
So, you've competed, correct?
I have.
How
yeah.
many times?
Just one time, unfortunately.
But how did it go?
It went very well. I competed in what's called a Nogi Jiu-Jitsu division, and it's separated by weight classes. So for my weight class, there were like 4 people,
Mm-hmm.
and the setup was called round robin, and everyone goes up against everybody. Whoever gets the most points wins. So jiu-jitsu, little backstory so people understand what it is it's an art that originated in Japan as Japanese judo, which slowly migrated over to Brazil and other parts of the world, turned into Japanese jiu-jitsu, and then you get Russian sambo because of it, and then Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and then which it was originally Brazilian judo, which in the same way as Japan took, they turned it into Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
So there's
What I
a bunch
remember
of
is-
different
Yeah, there's
branches.
There's
or
branches
sets.
of it, and it's all essentially the same thing. But the way it is now is everybody can learn anything from anybody.
Mhm.
So it's the way I'm seeing it and watching it is it's all one thing now.
Yeah.
Like there's so much wrestling and jujitsu, judo and jujitsu. Like it's all mixed. Ever since like mixed martial arts started happening, people started actually mixing martial arts together
Because
and
of-
making it because
It
they
makes
found out
sense.
some things are better than others, and some aspects of one art will work good with the other, and then together they're just amazing. And so
Yeah.
we're creating, especially now with people watching it,
I mean,
like-
there's so many ways you can watch it. You
Yeah,
can
I
see
mean,
anything.
and
you
then
want.
and learn it.
Mhm.
There's so many ways you can learn it. Some
Knowledge.
people are seeing this and they're thinking of different ways, and it really is an art because like really when you learn it, it's a martial skill. You're learning the skill, and then when you get into it, it turns into an art because it's the way you decide to shape it and essentially try to attack another person, and how that other person is trying to attack you, and it's an art in the way you flow and all that.
Yes.
So back to what happened was I was in a jiu-jitsu tournament, round robin. Everyone went up against everybody, and I won because I got 3 submissions over all 3 of my opponents. And
That's a little scary.
yeah, so you learn a lot from them, and you know, so you try to choke them or get their arms locked up or their legs locked up,
So
or break a tendon or something.
I have a question about.
It's like wrestling with
Yeah.
dangerous. Like you
Actual-
could kill somebody doing this.
And yeah, that's a little terrifying.
So Jay, I have a question. Do you think Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian
Chop
Jiu-Jitsu
that one up.
can like? Do you think it can eventually like evolve into a different fighting style, or like something can spawn from it that would be?
Well,
New
like
more?
I said, it's like a bunch of everything is mixing together, because like it's all a ground game. Jiu-jitsu is you're on the ground fighting someone, you know, and it's some people will take, like I said, will take some aspects from one martial art and apply it to another, and then they call it jiu-jitsu, but it has different things mixed into it. Like the big thing now is leg locks. No, it's going back old school. The old stuff still works, but a lot of fighters are implementing leg locks, terrible things. They're called heel hooks and bust your knees up, and then like your ankles too will tear, and just nasty things that will debilitate you for a very long time. So
an adventurer like you.
until I took a heel hook
to the knee,
to the tendon.
So I guess to answer your question is, yeah, it's evolving in a sense that everyone's starting to learn everything, but it's all kind of falling under the name of whatever martial art you practice.
Okay. That's really cool. I don't have a fighting bone in my body, so for me, all this sounds insane.
Some dudes are just naturals,
Yeah,
man. Like some guys will just walk in and lay everybody out, and they're like,
Do you think
that
I
wasn't
could
hard.
eventually get there to being a natural? Because I took you down in the ocean.
You took me. To be fair, I was underwater, sucking in salt water.
Hey, if
And-
this was an actual fight, you would have.
If it was an
lost.
actual fight, I would have punched you a couple of times.
Well, I would have punched you too.
We'll have to have a rematch. But
And I wonder-
sure, why, I mean, I don't think anyone's really quote unquote natural. There's always some technique and skill that has to be involved because, you know, there's just always going to be someone better out there. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't believe in that saying that there's always someone better out there. I think there can be someone who is the best, but everyone makes mistakes and they can be caught off guard. So even the greatest
At a
person
given time,
Exactly.
there's someone that will be better than you.
at any given time, I think I would like to phrase it as at any given time, someone could catch you off guard.
Yeah, that's true.
You can be the best at your skill, but someone can catch you off guard.
So, Jacob, is there any other like things you're interested in this world? Anything that catches your eye besides?
My girlfriend.
Okay,
She's
besides
very pretty.
Grace, all right. Anything that like you're just like, wow, I enjoy that.
Maybe any philosophy.
Okay. So you're just trying to hint towards what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Just, you know what? It's not just that I'm into, but like I really like. I just like thinking about life, bro. Like think about like stars and stuff like that. There's so many of them.
Well, it's infinite technically because we haven't gotten to the end.
And we haven't even seen outside of like
And here's-
X amount of place. You
Here's
know?
the thing. I'm going off of Neil deGrasse Tyson because he seems like a smart guy.
Well, dude, he doesn't just seem like he's a smart guy. He's in charge of an entire
Apparently,
planetarium.
there's like more infinity than infinity.
Yeah, no,
like
there's
infinity.
multiple
There's
kinds
levels
of
of
infinity.
infinity.
There are big.
That's like how
I
math
know.
is.
I know what you're talking. No, that's exactly what it is. It's
Yeah,
math.
it's
It's
math.
like the distance between two numbers.
Is infinite.
So like no. So you got like 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
You have the distance between 1 and 2,
That it's infinite.
Between two
Technically.
numbers.
technically. But then you have 1 and 3. So that distance between
Yeah.
those two numbers is bigger.
Then
And then that's how it's a
It's-
mathematical.
yeah.
Like this. It
Other-
makes my
hold on.
brain hurt to be
I
honest.
like the whole like other dimensions sort of thing, like how, like you know,
the Mandela effect.
the Mandela. That's okay. Hold on, we'll get to that. But I'm talking like dimensions, bro. I'm not like.
I think that's a bit.
Oh, okay. I
far-fetched.
see what you're talking about, but I'm talking like fourth dimension.
Oh yeah, that
It's like
stuff. Yeah,
the
that's
mathematical other dimensions.
Oh,
Like
okay.
so, like we're 3-dimensional creatures. We can only see in 3 planes or 2 planes, but we live in 3 dimensions. But there are like what 11? I think
I
there
don't
is.
know.
I honestly don't
But how
know.
do you
Can we
even
look that up somehow, real quick? We're gonna find this out.
Patrick's gonna
Patrick's gonna look
spoil
it up.
for
Thanks.
us.
And then like
Thanks,
I've
Patrick.
like I honestly, here's the thing. I don't know, like how can you say that there's more than, like, I know 4 probably, but how can you say we know 11 for sure?
I don't know, dude. Look it up.
Oh,
You can figure it out.
Just so you know, we're in a basement in a library, so internet might not be the best.
we're not rocket scientists, but basements normally aren't great for Wi-Fi.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's lonely up here in space.
It's science, Joe. But how about black holes, man? I think I saw an article that we just saw something come out of a black hole.
Really?
No.
So
They're
think
coming.
about it. We've always seen stuff going in,
Yeah, but something.
but never come out. So wouldn't that be a wormhole then? Like if it can go both ways?
I don't know the difference.
Well, how do you know that it's going both ways, and how do you know it's just not?
I don't. Well, something came out of one.
What if
Let's think about this here. Like the idea of a black hole is a giant vacuum in space that, like,
something that
if you're like, so if it's a flat thing, is it also like back here, or is it just like you could go around it?
Or is it
Or
like,
if it,
if
like,
you
is
look
it
at
like
it from
a-
the side, it disappears?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, is it just like flat,
it-
or is that what it is?
10.
There's 10.
10.
10 dimensions.
There's 10 freaking dimensions.
How do we know that though?
Yeah,
I
how
don't
do we
know.
know?
Well, all right. It says, according to this branch of theoretical physics, there are at least 10 dimensions of space, most of which are impossible for humans to perceive. Dimensions are
Well, then
measured-
how
So
did we
no,
perceive
no,
that?
no.
most. It
Here-
says are impossible. Most of which.
Well, then how do we know there's 10?
No. Here's
How do
what,
we
you
know
know what
there's
it
not
is.
more?
No, this is what it is. Is dimensions are something that exist and they are around. We just can't see
So
them.
we've theorized. That
There are 10.
dimensions.
No, dude. There are 10 dimensions in this room. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't see it or conceive it with your brain.
So
Like-
then how did we do it in the first place?
I don't know. I'm not a.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
No,
like,
here's what I think it is. At least
It says
It's-
easiest to visualize.
here's
So we
what
can
it
see
is
it's just-
for like
Right.
I've always pictured it like just take this coffee cup. Okay, we can only see this side, the front of it. So, but like on a 4th dimension, you'd be able to see complete around.
No, here's
No,
how I
that's
heard
how
it.
I've
It's
heard
like the storage sort of thing. You got a desk or whatever. If you lay paper, this is how Neil deGrasse Tyson explained it. Because you got a desk, right? You lay papers out on that desk. That is what, 1 dimension or 2 dimensions? Because you got back and forth and side to side.
Smart.
So you cover the desk with papers, and if you had a little 2-dimensional man like on the table, he would say like, "Oh, that's it." He can only see in 2 dimensions. He's like, "This is it. This is all we can store here." But then us, a 3-dimensional creature, you know those little like paper storage things people put on their desks to store paper and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Patrick knows something. He's shaking his head. He
No,
knows
I
what I'm
got
talking-
it.
yeah.
I got it.
Well, you can be like, no, just pick it up and put it in the thing. Well, to that 2-dimensional man who can't see in 3 dimensions, you just added another dimension up and down,
Okay.
and
That
it would
makes sense.
disappear to him because
Yeah,
he
'cause he
can't
can't
see
see
or
that.
conceive.
Yeah.
So, if you, in the same way, if you were to take some kind of 4th-dimensional creature,
black
person,
hole,
have
black
them-
hole.
a black hole, and put it in with us here,
We
and
can't
he
conceive
would,
that.
and we filled this room here with boxes up and down, side to side, we would say all the space is taken up. Whereas he would be like, no, and he would put it in the 4th dimension area, and it would disappear for us because we can't see
So do you
it.
think that's what happens with like socks and stuff when they go
I
to sleep?
definitely.
Oh,
Because
for sure.
your
There's
left
no other-
sock goes into the 4th dimension and you
There's
can't see
no
it.
other way to explain it.
Uh,
I've been wearing right socks my whole life.
How do you know which one's a right and a left sock?
How
Some
do you
are
know-
marked.
Wait, you don't know how to tell the difference?
No, like
No.
some socks are just rounded.
Wait, there are differences
Yeah,
between.
Yeah.
sometimes.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know. I just
Oh
been
my
putting on
gosh.
socks. That putting on socks. I don't know.
18, 50, almost 19.
You guys have a time? Do you actually have to stick to a time limit?
No, we just like staying 45 to an hour.
Could you go longer though?
Oh, we could if
There
we
you go.
if we wanted
Nice.
to. You know.
I want to bring up that the 4th dimension that people always seem to forget is time. Time is considered a dimension.
Wait, time's the dimension.
So 10 including time, which is 11.
Oh, which
So there's 11 dimensions, and we can see 4 including time.
I don't know.
You can't see time, but like
But like, can you really
no,
call
you can see
time?
time is where if you would it's a.
But
if you
time
could
is a way
die-
of. I think.
Yeah.
Time is our way of like thinking about like
when
it's our way of reasoning days, and what's happening to things. Like, why is this happening? Well, time is happening, and that's why. you know.
Yeah, but you can't. I think
We
you,
created.
technically, you can see time.
But okay, here's another thought. Did we create time, or was it always there?
I mean,
Because
we were always moving forward.
Right, but there's
So,
always
Our
like
time system, the system we use was made by us.
The sun.
But
Right,
the
but
fact that
the
things
sun is
move
always
forward like that, and there's an
not
aging
actually-
thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
That's-
saying.
we
It's like
didn't invent
things
that.
scientific or like processes
Mm-hmm.
are always carried out. Like you know,
this-
things
well,
die. The sun
what
goes
do you
up
think
and it
about this?
goes
Yeah,
down.
the sun.
Or we rotate. The Earth rotates. The sun doesn't go up and down. It stays in one spot. You know, like the moon. You know, it is the phases and like so.
is just a
Our perception is what we created of time. We had to somehow conceive what was happening, and that's what time is. We created a dimension, boys. This is what happened.
Humans are so cool.
We
made our own dimension.
Oh, here's another thought I had today at work when I was trying to think of things, and
You're
this
bored
was
at work
some.
a lot, aren't you?
I have a lot of time to think because I'm left alone. They leave me alone and they say, just hit this button, pull the parts out. If something goes wrong, come and get us. And nothing ever goes wrong. So I just hit the button and think all day. What is the purpose of people? Everything serves a purpose in this planet. You know, one animal relies off another
Well,
and then it
if
produces.
we're-
What are we doing?
If we take it,
What is our
religiously,
purpose?
We're stopping from us destroying things by
That's
saving
not
them
true.
slowly.
We're destroying it.
No, yeah,
We're
no.
destroying
Here's what
everything.
I was making a joke that we're destroying a bunch of animals, and then know what we did? We overpopulated, and that's where our purpose was lost.
Do you want to think of it religiously?
Well, religiously, you could say is like
We're here to
spread
fulfill God's
plans for
purpose for us. which
our
is to-
lives, but what is that? But think about it. Like, what is that purpose?
What's the purpose?
What are we for?
We're to
There's
for
nothing
praising God. Is what
I
our
think
purpose
that's
is.
if,
From a
you,
religious
if,
standpoint.
if you're getting religious about it,
that's
then
what
yeah,
it is.
that's
If
what it
was
is.
religious. I don't know what
But
an atheist thinks we're doing.
looking at it from like a science
Yeah.
side of things, which that would be a good case for a god,
Mhm.
would be like,
What else?
what else are we here for? Everything serves a purpose. You know, we evolved or whatever, and you know, we came here, but like, why?
I
What
feel
is
like
that purpose? You know, and we
Why-
have not.
why
If you
aren't there
ask me
aliens?
if there is a purpose, we have not achieved.
that's
it
a
yet.
very human way of looking at it, though.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
It's
not
because
a
like
human.
you have to think. Well, we put in our brains that like I'm saying, like animals serve purpose, so we must too. So like, why is that?
Oh yeah.
So
that's
like
true.
you're viewing this like a
like
like-
an animal.
It's like we are animals.
But yeah, we are here to serve purpose. And then no, I'm
Think
saying
about it.
like we're not animals, so I'm just saying like
Yeah, we are.
I
And
guess
technically we are, which is also something weird to think about. Is like we're just mobile things of.
We're
like-
just the most intelligent.
Okay, think of like an
animals.
inanimate object, and if it was to start moving, it would be weird. And if it was like squishy and
Yeah.
stuff, like you could squeeze it, you'd be like, that is really creepy. That is us essentially. We're just hard
We weren't inanimate at one point.
I know, but I'm just saying we're hard surfaces that are squishy, that have a squishy layer, and we move and talk and think by ourselves.
What about The Rock?
Johnson, what
Dwayne
he's
The Rock Johnson.
well,
He's an
like in
outlier.
science, how there's always an exception to laws or
An
whatever.
outlier.
He's the
He's not
exception. He's
squishy.
not squishy. You touch that
And
man,
like-
your finger breaks.
also this. Think about this. Humans are like the most fragile creature in the world. Think about it. Cheetahs like
Yeah.
are meant to like survive mass things, and like ants, if they were the size of humans, they would be indestructible.
But also think about this, like from a fighter's perspective, if you just touch someone's chin, they pass out.
Not only that, they
What
can
kind of like defect is that? Like you just kind of tap someone on the chin and they fall
Uh,
over.
Okay,
You know,
said tap. Like you got.
dude. I've seen people fall over from very, very like.
okay.
It happened to me. Some dude just barely touched my chin, and it took my lights out.
meerkat, Jacob, for example, they can literally be bitten by a king cobra and live.
and live, dude. I know. That's what I'm saying.
A cheetah,
We're-
it can take down an ostrich and take multiple blows from its claws, and they live. I was watching a lot of Animal Planet yesterday. Hey guys, sorry about that little snippet there. If you heard the door open, someone walked in on us.
Apparently, there's a sign-up sheet for
There's
this room.
there's a sign-up sheet for the room, but you know what? Just go away,
Because
and we're good. And so yeah, this would actually be a good time.
You
to
were
move on.
talking about Animal Planet.
I just said I was watching a lot of like how awesome animals are and like how like literally useless humans are. We need weapons and stuff.
Useless?
Without if you were thrown into the wild
just by
alone,
yourself.
you would
That's
die.
because we've adapted to
Like,
not be in the wild.
That's what I'm
naked.
saying. Humans are useless now.
Nothing, and you.
I
Would
mean, not really.
We're useless
Okay.
to the world.
We used our uselessness to become the best.
Okay,
So
to survive, what do you need? You need to make a fire to survive, all right? You know what? Every other animal on this planet can literally eat. Like, that's a carnivore can eat meat raw.
are
You know what
saying
humans
a
can't
chameleon
do?
could survive in the winter? No. They need a fire.
No, I'm
to
not
survive.
saying that. No, I'm saying
You
like
don't know that. You don't know that. What if they're cold-blooded reptilians and they just adapt to their climate?
here's what. Okay, fine.
Because
Fine.
there's
fair.
a reason people buy heat lamps when they get
Fair.
like reptiles.
Fair.
Wait, did you hold on? Wait, did you say like aliens? Is
I
that what you
said chameleon.
Oh,
I don't know what aliens
I wasn't
need,
listening
I'll
to
be
that.
Okay. Anyway.
aliens.
Aliens.
All right. Anyway. What I was thinking. Shoot. Okay. So yeah, for us to survive, we can't eat raw meat. Okay, that's something humans can't do. You know what?
That's not true.
Actually, we do eat raw.
We can't eat raw meat. You eat sushi all the time.
Well, like most raw meat.
You can eat raw steak also.
Yeah,
Tartar.
that's
real?
what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think you need to fact check.
And
yourself
also,
Wow,
I
just
think
learned something
humans
new.
are the most useful because they can adapt anywhere by making something. You can't throw a cheetah in the desert and
Not
expect
every
them to
human
live.
can.
Wait, that's where cheetahs
That's where
live now.
cheetahs
No,
live.
they
bud.
don't.
Where do you think they live?
Plains.
I
It's
thought
not
it was
just
the
the
plains.
desert.
I'm
Well,
talking
I
about
mean,
It's
the
kind of like
desert.
that.
same
with
concept.
grass.
Same
So,
concept.
like,
But like, no, there's different creatures. There's not enough.
I'm sure a
water.
cheetah could take down a camel. If I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cheetah
Okay, but-
and they store so much water in them humps. It literally fine.
Did you?
My lovely camel.
All right. You want to move on to the game show now?
But we didn't even talk
You got
about the
a game show?
Mandela effect.
Oh, you want to talk about?
I
it?
kind of did. I brought up an article. and
Okay,
everything.
fine.
Oh, you want to know what I wanted to know though?
What?
Why do people like podcasts? That's
Why do
something else.
people
I
like
know.
podcasts.
And-
It makes you feel not. Well, at least for me, it makes you feel like not alone. That
Well, no,
sounded
no,
real
no,
dark
that's-
and sad.
That's what I was thinking at first. Was like normally in our heads, we always have our own little podcast going on. You gotta think.
That's true.
You have to.
That's another
no,
thing.
Think
No.
about. You gotta think to yourself
Yeah.
all the time.
Well,
You're talking to
The
yourself,
fact that
and
you,
then these podcasts don't allow you to not think.
yeah,
and it makes it so
but you're
easy just
thinking
to
at the
tone
same
it out.
time though too.
Don't.
But you're not
about
really.
but like if someone like asks a question, a podcast, you don't think about it.
It just it makes it easy for you to have
Yes.
that extra.
Yeah,
It's almost like another
it's like
plane
a
of
platter,
communication.
a platter of thinking.
Exactly. It's a new plane of thinking if you think about it. Like it helps you quiet out that little voice that's always asking questions in your head. It's
Okay.
talking and
You know what's crazy? Is we hear songs in our head without it playing. Like you can
Right.
you can hear a song.
you
in
can
your head.
you can hear other people's
Watching
voices.
the moped store.
Dude, you know what I love doing is like making people say things in my head in their voice.
Never done that.
Try it. Think about Morgan Freeman.
I was just thinking of you.
Or do it. Yeah, use me and say something hilarious in your head, only using my voice.
Oh, I did it already.
And
It's
that's weird that your brain can
Yeah.
do that. It takes someone else's voice and puts it to, and they could have never said those words
Yeah.
to you
But
in a
you
sentence,
can-
but
can-
you stitch it together. You can change their voice and stuff like that.
yeah.
Picturing things. I'm picturing something in my head while I'm looking at you with my eyes open. I'm looking at you, but I can also picture something in my head too.
Yes, and picture stuff on people almost. Like you can picture a mustache on them.
Isn't that freaking weird?
Yeah, it is. But actually, there is people. I learned this yesterday. Actually, there are people that can't picture stuff in their head. It's like
Oh,
it's
what
like
a
a
life.
real thing. I would not be okay.
I would
with
hate that.
But if they didn't ever know,
They'd
did
be
they really miss it?
Does that mean there would be like robotic? Because that's a very creative way of thinking is picturing things
Yeah.
in your head. So
What
like
about-
you're no hold on.
Okay.
You
Okay.
talk.
Okay. Yeah.
You-
I'll listen and I
you,
got a thought.
Yes, you that's your creative side thinking. You would really be a robot if you didn't like have any like picturing thing. You'd think everything materialized in like this is the way it is, therefore
Doesn't
that's
come-
how it is. And if you can't picture things,
Yeah.
you can't picture that. You're just like All I know is that this equals that, therefore this is that.
And dude, that's what I was gonna say. Is like AI, right? Do they
That's what that
picture
thinks right now.
something, or are they like?
No, they're not.
They're just
programmed.
They're not-
processing
They're
a
not.
program.
They're not smart enough to do it yet.
I
Dude,
hope they're never smart enough to do that.
they will
That
be.
is scary.
No, they will be.
I
And
know, but
and I've heard this talked about. Is at like what point are we gonna make these things, and they're gonna be like what we said earlier. It's like these people are so stupid. They're just poisoning their living habitations, and they're killing each other.
Ultron.
That's
Is that
literally
you?
what they're doing.
Ultron, no.
They're just like, you know what?
Who plays
We
Ultron?
can fix ourselves. We can make everything we need. Let's just get rid of them.
Oh,
Patrick.
I hate
Think,
that
think about it. That's gonna be in our lifetime, guarantee it. 'Cause
Um,
we're young.
I,
We're
I
old.
hope it's at the end of my lifetime. I
No,
will,
it's soon.
if
because
I buy an AI and like I'm on my deathbed, he can kill me.
Okay,
They'll
this
make
is
it
gonna be
fine.
some-
no, what
If
about
he
this?
realizes-
But think about this: is the last 10 years how far technology has advanced,
That's very true.
and think of it can only get faster.
So is James Spader gonna come and
I
murder
have
us?
no idea who James Spader is.
He's
but
the guy who plays Ultron and the Blacklist guy.
I've never seen Blacklist.
maybe.
He might come kill
I
us.
could,
like,
He could get us.
Oh yeah, it could happen. Yeah.
And then like I'm just saying,
Oh wait, you mean you're talking? He plays Red.
yes,
That's his name, James Spader.
James Spader. Also, here's another point you can bring up: is like if
What is life?
if you no, like if you get to the point, if we're which is, but by the way, right down the line from us, I can guarantee it, like where VR gets so real that you could
Oh, it's soon.
immerse yourself in the world, and like you can basically put your brain.
We're in a simulation, bro. Didn't you know?
No,
that?
we're not in a simulation. That's
Yes, we are.
so dumb.
You can't prove
Oh,
that to me because I
I
don't know
just
if you're
strapped you in,
programmed
like,
just to tell me. I'm
18 years ago. I strapped you into your simulation like 17 years ago. I
So
remember
now you're having
this.
conflicting.
I don't know
conflicting
why.
thoughts right now.
I don't know why that's a possibility.
What do you
No.
mean?
Look
I
at the
work for the
5-minute memory
simulation.
thing. You
I've
guys
never
know
heard of that. What is
that?
it?
5-minute memory is you were created 5 minutes ago, and all the memories that you have of
Oh.
your childhood were just implanted into you. Like
Well, that's
your
kind of like
See,
the
that-
Thursday
They
thing
got
that you were talking
yeah. Well, no, Caitlin was
Groundhog
talking
Day?
about.
Oh, yeah.
But think about they've also talked about like transferring people's consciousness into other people's
I've-
bodies, which I guess that would fall in line with that. Is that you were just kind of like
That happened to Get Out, the
Bob
movie.
into someone
But, like-
else's body.
Oh, that's
But-
so weird.
Would you? Okay, let me ask you this then: would you be okay with dying, or given the option, would you transfer your consciousness to someone else's body?
Just to
But
live
you weren't
longer?
given the choice of who.
That'd be cool.
Yes,
Uh,
unless they had like a disease.
Well, you wouldn't.
Would they be healthy?
You would not be able to get to choose that. It would be any
I
random.
feel like
person.
if they were gonna do this, there'd be requirements. They can't
feel
just be like, oh, it'd be random person in the world.
No, that's just the
no, this is a hypothetical.
yeah hypothetical.
No,
I think I would be okay with dying. To be quite
I'd
honest.
rather-
I
No,
think
here's
I'd die.
another step to that. Would you be willing to implant your consciousness into a computer?
Oh,
Blacklist kind of stuff.
yeah, heck yeah.
No, I wouldn't
Oh,
want
I
that.
would.
Wait, yeah, true. Because then you'd never be able to die.
Yeah, that's not okay.
I think that'd be cool.
What if at at home there's a big like almost like a room where it's like, yeah, I'm ready, and then like there's this button that only you can press, and like when you're ready you hit that button.
And you're in a computer now.
No, you're no longer in a, no, I'm saying this is when you're in the computer already, and when you're ready to die you hit that
There's
button.
know
no
what?
kill switch.
That
is
would
what you're
actually
saying?
be. I think for me, that would be rather quick because like if you're just in a computer, you can't feel
time.
or touch or like like
No, I'm
people,
saying we
like
get to that point.
physical connection you have with people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. You can't
you can't
share that with
yeah.
a computer.
Again, this
you
is
know?
hypothetical.
It's-
So what
you
if
would,
you got?
you
to
know
that
what? You would end up becoming AI. That's what you would end up being.
point? No, here's what I'm saying.
No, think about it. Because if you're thinking for yourself and you're just a computer,
That's AI.
that's AI.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's artificial intelligence. You'd be putting in your actual intelligence.
That's
That's not
true, though.
artificial.
It wasn't like created by humans. That's
It's
artificial.
still the same acronym. Actual intelligence.
That's what he meant. That's what he
Fine,
meant. the whole
whatever.
time.
Anyway, what I was saying is that like literally, it would be more like it's like our world almost, just like an actual simulation like this, but you know about it.
Oh, you know it's a simulation.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like,
VR.
would you be
Oh,
willing
yeah,
to put
VR.
yourself in there and you know it's a simulation?
Like at the beginning of your life, they're like, you want
No,
a
no,
simulation?
no.
No,
Like,
like-
you're on your deathbed. And you're just like,
tomorrow. No, tomorrow they.
this is
created
real
something.
Blacklist, Black Mirror stuff. Black Mirror stuff. What?
You're just very loud. That's all.
Sorry.
We're in a library.
I'm taking
still.
back. That's all. I'm backed up against a wall right here. I can clearly hear you.
You're
I'm just
fine.
saying it's like Black Mirror stuff. It's like there's this
I've never
one
seen
thing. It was like this old person went into a simulation.
Sorry.
Isn't there's a drug that does that to you, right? You live an entire life in like 15 minutes or something like that. Oh, no drugs. Got it. You can't do them. I'm just saying it's not good. I'm just saying there's something out there.
It's not even that. It's actually a part of your brain that activates for like 2 seconds.
Really?
Gives you dreams that are like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's naturally
Whoa.
occurring
It is
in your
natural.
body. The
That's why
chemical
it's,
that comes with it, but this is
You
not
need something to activate.
Gotcha. And that's all I was saying. I'm
No,
not
you don't
advocating
even.
for
It's
anything.
believed
Oh,
that
it's your
your
brain.
body releases
Yeah.
it when you die. Like your body floods it.
Well, yeah, because like they say, like when you're dying, your brain starts to play back all the which the thing about that I've thought about this too before is like if during that process are you reliving your entire life until the point of your actual death, and then you actually die.
Ooh, that's weird.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Do you want that though? Like, would you be like?
You don't have a
do you think
choice.
there's like?
You don't have a choice.
You know how like in video games there's a cutscene and you can skip it sometimes.
I don't think you have a choice. I think you like because that's an involuntary thing.
I know,
You're just
I
going
know,
through it.
but, like,
and
I
then you
wish.
hit,
I don't know if
Okay.
I'd want to do that.
it doesn't matter if you want to. You
But I'm
live and
saying
do it.
like,
But then hold on, maybe you wouldn't know. Because if you just relive, what if that's what we're doing right
we're just
now?
gonna keep on reliving over.
What
and
if
over.
right now you have already
Deja vu.
you're dying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you're dead. You're dead right
Well,
now.
no, you're in the process of dying. Your brain's just playing back all the memories right now.
That'd be a paradox.
I know. Think about that though. Right now, like, what if right now you're as an old man, you're dying, but right now, your brain's just playing back the memories from your life, but you don't know it because it started over from the beginning, and you're just living through it again.
So this
Okay.
is my second time through this.
All right,
Exactly.
guys. I think we're
Perhaps.
moving into some very like deep territory that we're like off. Like this is very like
Some deep
theoretical and like too.
But
It's
cool to
too
think
deep
about.
for right now. I say. So let's move into
Is it
something a
hurting
bit
your
more.
brain?
Not hurting my brain. It's just I feel like
It's
very
hurting his brain. It's hurting Patrick's brain.
incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Uncomprehensible.
So we're gonna move on to something a bit more comprehensible.
Well, okay.
Which
so,
will lead to more incomprehensible.
Which I don't agree that it's like I don't agree with the theory that it comes with, but I do agree that it's weird.
How could you not?
the Mandela effect is that?
I think it's just group thought for
I
the
love
most
how
part.
you just kind of like. Are
I
you
mean-
guys talking about?
I mean, you guys didn't really
Mandela
like
effect?
introduce it, but what they're alluding to is the Mandela effect, and this is about like the guy there was a guy that was in jail in the 1980s. or
Nelson
whatever.
Mandela.
Not
He was
Nelson
like
Mandela.
Leader in Africa or something like that.
And a bunch of people
It's
thought he
Brazil.
died in the 80s, but he didn't die.
Oh.
He was alive when I was alive. But people wrote books and stuff about how he died in the 80s, but he didn't die in the 80s. And there's a bunch of like different things that happen in our lives or that are happening, like people don't remember certain stuff. Like Oscar Mayer isn't spelled with
That's
an
the one
E.
that trips me up, bro.
It's spelled with an A.
Because I remember very distinctly watching commercials, dude, with that E in Oscar Mayer. You know, like
It's like just stuff like that. There's a bunch of different things like with
the Monopoly Man.
the
too, dude.
Monopoly
Oh my
Man.
gosh.
Everyone thinks he has a monocle.
He don't.
He doesn't have a monocle.
And then like okay, well here's what I think always. It's just like it's group thought. You always picture.
Wait, no, he doesn't. He had the black thing on the end of his tail.
no, he
bro.
doesn't. I knew that.
So Pikachu, they're
I
looking
knew
at
that. I'm a
we
Pokemon
have
fan.
An article up.
Guarantee.
And
that
there's a
doesn't
picture
happen.
of Pikachu and his tail. Everyone, I guess, I didn't think it had a black tip. At
Me
the
neither.
end.
I thought it was black.
I
Really?
didn't. Nope.
Whenever I picture Pikachu, I feel ruined now.
But there's a bunch of these, like the Berenstein Bears or the Berenstein, whatever you
I grew up
learned
with
it as.
the Berenstein Bears.
Yes, but it's Berenstein or something
Berenstein
like that.
Bears.
And then Curious George doesn't have
I
a
knew
tail.
that.
I knew that too. That was
Okay.
one of the ones where I was like, you know.
Check that one out. Darth Vader doesn't say Luke, I am your father.
that one-
was
yeah.
kind of weird.
I think
because,
that
like,
one, it's just
what did he-
lost in translation.
No,
That's
what
what
did
I'm
he
saying.
actually
Most
say?
of this is.
Yeah.
What did he actually say?
He says, no, I am your father.
Yeah, no, Then why does everyone quote it? Luke, I am your father.
It's a loss. It's like, you know that game Telephone that you used to play as a kid?
Yeah, but still, like, everyone's seen Star Wars. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Everyone, but you don't just like, oh, they did it. But like someone basically like, he doesn't actually say that. But then you realize that.
Just misquotes. And then C3PO isn't all gold. One of his legs is actually silver.
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that.
That was also the other thing. It's gold, man. I thought it was gold the whole time because, like, that's stupid. Why would you just make one
I
part of
never
it, like,
noticed. I guess I never looked at his legs.
No.
What?
I've
Who
seen
thinks
those
Kick
movies.
has a dash?
I've seen so many
I
of those.
Sorry,
I've seen that movie so many times, and his leg was gold in it, man. I swear.
Just so you know, we're looking at an article.
I'm grabbing
right now
some of this chocolate
of
that
what
we
this
brought here.
is about and stuff, and it's just going over some of the things that people think.
Like common misconceptions that are the Mandela
And
effect.
no, I did not think that Kit Kat had a dash in it.
In
That's
between
dumb.
Kit and Kat.
Who says that?
Yeah.
I don't know, but just the fact that like there is a bunch of stuff that we made in our brains like that are set in stone. Like people would probably
But
bet
Here's
their
the thing.
lives on.
It'd be one thing if, like, 2 or 3 people were saying
Yeah.
this, but this is, like, everybody, man. Like,
I know. Again, I think this
You
is just
know.
group thought. Like you hear like when like this one, it's mirror mirror on the wall. I don't know what it actually
She
says.
says magic mirror. on
Yeah.
the wall.
that's
Okay, well, you know what you hear everywhere? Mirror mirror on the wall. You know what you heard in Shrek 1? Mirror mirror on the wall.
I don't know. Look that up.
It just again lost in
Look
translation.
it up. Maybe
It's like normal and like GIF. That I know it's just
it's GIF. It's GIF.
No, different
No, that's
thing.
not what we're
GIF
talking
Oh, you're talking about the
you
peanut
mean.
butter.
peanut butter. I'm gonna start calling the peanut butter GIF now, just to make everyone
Just to
mad.
pick people off.
Yeah, there's the J can be a G in this situation.
And I call it a GIF.
It's
a
a
GIF.
GIF. It's a
What do I
GIF.
call it? I forget. I don't
It's a
remember.
GIF.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
I call
Alright,
it GIF.
whatever.
Yeah.
I know they say GIF, but there's a G there. No one pronounces
Gem. What about gem? Huh?
Gem.
Yeah.
Jim and
Gem.
You still get the J,
Gem.
the J,
G
the
E
G
M.
sound.
Gem. Gem.
But there's
Okay,
also
let's not,
Jim, that's
dude.
right.
We could argue about this all day.
I don't
so
know,
let's
but
not.
still, like, it's a G, bro. You know, like,
I'm gonna start calling giraffes.
Yeah, I knew.
Because
Okay, I
or
never.
that's what the
Giraffes.
G is.
Well, a lot of this also is I feel like no one cares enough to pay attention. Like honestly, like Fruit Loops, it's FOOT.
I actually knew that.
that one I
didn't
did
throw
know
me
too.
off.
Like I was just like, oh wow, that's a cool fact. It's never. I just didn't pay attention to it. It's like a lot of it. I don't think matters.
You're also very skeptical, though, too.
About
I'm not a
Always.
big believer on like.
On anything.
I wouldn't say
Ever.
I mean, you're very harsh on certain things. Like you
What?
don't necessarily. You have to.
Like I do think JFK was a 2-man job. I do not think.
Also, you're a conspiracy theorist, but
No,
you won't
no.
believe in, like, a freaking...
I won't believe in more than one dimension. Yes, like not the dimension of like
They're
planes
real.
and stuff. Like the dimensions of parallel universes. I don't believe in that. That's dumb.
Why not?
Because
I mean, I don't either, but it's fun to think.
Okay,
about.
Yeah, it is.
like what evidence do you have for that? Like there's no evidence besides the fact that you maybe mispronounce or you think something spelled differently.
Look up... I know I told
And
you
then
look it up,
also-
but that CERN project.
The certain where they cut an atom in two.
When they split an atom, bro.
That doesn't. See, that's so dumb.
Why
Why
do you
would
think would
speed-
happen when you split an atom?
Nothing. It's the
blows
smallest
up.
thing on the planet.
But they're saying... Okay, so they say our whole universe came from something that was smaller than the sizes of a period. The
Where
entire...
did that
In
come
less
from, though?
than a fraction of a second. They're saying that's what everything came from. I'm not saying I necessarily believe
Yeah,
that.
no.
But I'm just saying, like, if that's possible,
Then
why can't
flipping
the-
dimensions? is
that's easy peasy pudding pie, man. That's like the easy. That's like cake, you know. Like that's like if you split an atom and somehow split the dimension, and God was like, yeah, that. I mean, the universe came from something like smaller than a hair follicle.
Yeah. Then-
Why would you think it couldn't happen? You know, like
I mean, yeah. There's if atheists like believe like that it did come from something that small. I bet they believe that
Well,
something could flip.
here's
like
the
a
other thing.
dimension
If
could
you
flip
if you think
from
about it,
this
hold
thing.
on. I want to challenge you with something real quick. What does the Bible say God did in the beginning?
Created the heaven and the earth.
Right.
Heavens and the earth.
Right, but also like what came after that? It said, "Let there be light."
Stars.
Yeah, let there be light. Then he created animals and he created. The
Well, when he
earth.
said "Let there be light," how do you picture that in your brain? How we talked earlier. How would you picture light coming into existence?
That's where I feel.
An extreme explosion, or just
Like-
kind of like a twinkle of
Well,
little stars coming down?
Okay,
Extreme explosion.
in my mind, when I think of it,
Hold on.
it's like you flipping on a light switch. So I guess in a way,
Yeah.
explosion.
So here,
of
think
light.
about this then. Is I'm reading a book on how they're trying to conceive how the whole universe came. So like the law of I think the second law of thermodynamics, right? Says you can't create something out of
I'm
nothing.
not
So
that smart.
something
That's
had to
how it
make all of this.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest proponents for there being a God is that you just can't come from nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You just can't do that. As against the rules,
Mhm.
of science.
Something can't come from nothing.
So basically what I'm saying here is like it started out as this tiny thing, or what they are conceiving as a tiny thing, or God just spoke into existence and then all of a sudden it was all there. They're saying like, all these chemicals have these chain reactions. Now whoever wrote the Bible, obviously God influenced them. Otherwise they weren't there.
Yeah.
There weren't humans around yet. So he was to influence them, and he had this picture in his mind of how it happened. He didn't see all the electrons and all the protons coming together. He just saw a big burst of light. And he's like, oh, God said it, and it was there. So to him, and they're saying our universe came into existence in a fraction of a second. So in this dude's mind, he's seeing the explosion when all this other stuff is happening too. So to him, it's just God said it, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I think the Big Bang is actually a very biblical way of explaining how our Earth and everything came to be.
Yeah, I've never really thought of it that way. But I see where you're coming from.
Because it lines up. If you start to think about it and how it's explained in the Bible, and then now the scientists, even secular scientists are saying it, they seem to run parallel with each other.
Which is
if you
very
start to
interesting.
think
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
Right.
But let's let's get into a game we have set up with
I'm into games.
Owen's brother Jacob here. And
I did not set up very good for
Right,
this
I haven't
because you
talked
took a
about it.
couple of my questions already.
Oh, well,
What?
then we'll see if we remember them. But so how this game's going to go is we're going to have a couple questions that Jacob has, and it's going to be who knows Jacob better.
How are we
His
gonna
brother-
respond to this? Like, are we going to just say whoever says it first?
What do you mean? We can both have our answers, and then you can say yours and I'll say mine. How
Well,
about that?
then
Or
you could just copy mine.
why would I copy yours?
I'll call on one of you.
Yeah, okay,
How's
so
that?
we
Okay.
can raise our hands then.
Okay.
Whoever goes first. Whoever
Or we
raises
could
their
go
hand
up,
first.
and that's
Whoop.
how we get the
Whoop.
whoever says that first.
No,
gets
you
to
go up and I'll go
Whoop.
ah.
Okay.
First question.
This is a two-question question.
Oh, a two-part question?
A two-part question. So wait until the second question I was going to ask. What do I do for money?
Okay.
And am I any good?
Oh.
Oh, and
I mean, you said nothing goes wrong, so yes, you are good at it, and
But
you
what
are
is
a
he?
machinist.
so I would actually beg to differ.
Are you saying you're bad at your job?
I'm not saying I'm bad at it, but I'm just saying I'm not good because I don't have to really do anything.
Well, then you can't be bad at it.
You can't be bad, but you can't be good
But
at
if
it.
nothing
But if
goes
someone was
wrong,
to
you're
say
good
to
at
me
it.
like, "Hey, fix this problem," I'm like, "Dude,
That's not my department here. I just push a
let me
button.
go talk to Jim, bro." He knows what's up.
Okay, fine.
All
I
right.
get.
So you can have a point.
Now the answer to this question was mainly answered because of when I thought of the question, I really started to think about the answer,
I don't know what you're talking about.
and I wanted it really badly at that moment. So, favorite dessert?
Chocolate.
You didn't make your noise.
Oh.
That's wrong. No,
I'm gonna say pudding pie.
no.
Dang.
I've never even seen
I
a
just
pudding
thought
pie
you-
before.
You
You
just
said it.
eat so much like things with sugar in it. I don't know.
Love
Pumpkin
sugar.
roll.
Well, you know what? I also do a lot of physical activity, so my body technically needs that sugar.
That glucose.
There's
Is that what you
actually,
tell yourself?
well, no, there's stuff behind that. Like, you need the sugar.
Fine, fine.
Because
okay,
when
okay.
I was doing,
What
when I
is
was
the
cutting
answer,
weight,
Jacob?
dude, it was rough. I
Jacob.
didn't have any sugar. I felt like crap. It was bad. Cake, especially
Cake.
like
I should
a
just-
really like soft and moist one.
What's your favorite cake?
Like you
though?
get that one from Walmart. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Moist. You like that word? Moist.
I hate that word. Don't
No.
do that ever again.
Moist. The chocolate one from Walmart you can get. It's in like
Oh, and that little Box?
Love eating
Not box.
cake. You know, it's like the cake that's in a circle.
Right.
And it's, it's
a
got the
bundt
chocolate.
cake.
Yeah, it's got the chocolate drizzled on top of
Yeah.
it. Dude, I love a soft and moist cake.
But is that your favorite kind of cake? Is like a chocolate cake?
Yeah, I'm really into
Do you
chocolate.
like a spice? Big on the spice.
No, I'm more into like fruity chocolate
Oh.
things. And at the time, I was thinking about that cake. And I'm
Oh.
like, dude, I could really go for some of that cake.
Is that
right
why you
now.
bought a chocolate platter?
Dude,
For
it actually,
$20.
Listen, okay, for
I'm
those
not
of you
complaining.
listening, there's a lot of chocolate here. It's not like a couple. There's actually $20 worth of chocolate
Yes.
here.
a lot of chocolate.
And we're
that
sharing
he just
it
spontaneously bought
amongst
before
the
this.
four of us. Okay.
Okay.
It's not just for me.
Next question.
Next question. Oh, what am I doing with my life?
Whoop.
Oh,
Don't you want to become a cop eventually?
I do. I would like to be a state trooper.
Oh, wow.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know for that.
I have 1.5 points.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, if I could do anything, what would it be?
Whoop.
Owen.
You would be MMA fighter.
Hey, you got
oh
it.
my gosh.
Bad at this.
I need,
now.
well, I need time to process. You're just whooping all over me.
Oh, okay. I got another question for you. Favorite activity? Or what? Hold on, time out. Actually, better question. What took up an entire summer of mine, like 3 years ago?
I don't know.
Building that stupid cabin in the woods.
That's like you haven't done anything in the woods in forever. You literally you see Grace, you sleep, and you do Muay Thai and work.
You're working, man. What can I say? I got a woman to please.
You can't say Jacob. You can't say that. What's your favorite thing to do when you haven't done it in 3 years?
No, I said what?
Well,
No,
no,
he
he
didn't
said
hear
he
the
spent
question.
a whole summer.
Oh,
I spent a whole
okay,
summer
fine.
on that thing, bro. Like I cut down trees.
Fine,
I
fine,
made
fine,
this-
fine.
How long did
fine.
it take you to make a motorcycle? Build your motorcycle?
Build my motorcycle? That took me about 9 months, I would say.
That's a good chunk of time.
Well, it was more out of spite than anything.
Because
But
your parents wouldn't let
Because
you.
my parents said I couldn't have it, and I built one, so I did.
No, you know what you said? You was like, it's so much more satisfying if you build it yourself.
That's not true.
That's what you told me.
Were you there when, like, you weren't even there? But it's true.
I answered like,
but
Jacob.
you know what?
I said,
No.
Jacob, isn't it cheaper at this point just to buy one? He's like, yeah, but it's so much more satisfying to build
Actually,
it
it turned out to
yourself.
be cheaper to build it, and that's also true. It was very satisfying to
I mean,
start
okay.
from nothing and build something you could ride
Literally,
around.
because
on.
Jacob,
humans.
if you put too much weight on that seat, you'd be touching the tire.
If you hit a bump, you would touch the tire.
With the seat. Like the seat.
It was fine. I
There was
sold
nothing between the seat and
it.
the
It
tire.
was very dangerous. It was not
If he had
safe
a
thing.
long coat, it would.
You
would have gotten sucked
you
into
would,
the tire.
it would be bad news, man. Let's see. Like I said, I didn't really prepare. Let's see. Favorite way to drink coffee?
Black.
Oh,
Oh, whoop, black.
favorite podcast?
Whoop.
Oh,
Joe Rogan show.
no, hey,
Hey, brother.
Hey, no, for the point.
He's a little biased right now because
I am. I'm on the Hey Brother podcast. It's gotta be.
you should have thought meta.
Okay,
But
fine.
you know,
Fine.
but you know what? I do like the Joe Rogan podcast. It's a good one.
But isn't it
Never
technically
actually
the Joe
listened
Rogan
to it.
experience?
It's a Joe Rogan, but it's a podcast.
Fine, whatever.
Is that worth listening to?
His
never,
podcast?
I've never listened
Yeah.
to it
The funny
once.
ones are good. And you know what?
How do you
He
know
does
what the
have.
funny ones
He had one guy that was part of that Church of Scientology, like a dude who was
Oh, yeah.
trapped in it and he escaped.
Was it Christian
He-
Bale?
No, it was Christian. No, they don't. The way he was explaining it is they make the superstars that are in the Church of Scientology seem like they have it good,
Yeah.
when really they're the only ones who have it good, and everyone else is like
John Travolta is
slave.
a Scientologist.
I
Isn't
know,
there like
but
different
that's one-
levels
Yeah,
to being
and
in
that-
Scientology, and like once you reach the final level, you can levitate or something?
Well, that's what they teach and practice, but this dude was saying that never actually happens.
Well, I mean,
it's
I
all
don't think so.
total, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take a lot
Not
of people's
real.
money.
It's
And-
like, yeah, doesn't it cost
Well, no,
like
these-
$250,000 to
No.
level up or something?
No, these guys, what they do is,
I think
it's in California where they have it, is they get these guys to live there. And they're pretty much enslaved. They can't leave. They got to eat when they tell them. They have a job that they got to do every day. And it's
like
it's
they're- it's like
literally
they're
slavery.
children
Have you seen
again?
Pawnee? Not Pawnee. Have you seen Parks and Recreation, Jacob?
I can't say it's my favorite show.
But have
I've
you seen it? Yes. Have you? Do you remember
Yeah,
the
I
ones where like
remember.
they have the cult
Yeah.
and everything? That is the Church of Scientology.
Were they making fun of it in that?
No, it
Is
was
that what
no.
they-
It's basically that they believe that an alien will come and save them, and after it murders everybody.
Well, they thought wasn't everything created by a hydrogen bomb or something like that.
No.
They also I was listening to this dude, and most of his literature before he wrote about the Book of Scientology was
Fiction.
like all fake fiction, like not even good literature either.
Wow.
So like, and then these people somehow believe.
Wow, this is good, dude.
This
we
is
need to,
real.
We need to invest in this.
But that's they get trapped in it, and then they can't even. You know,
This is
do not.
weird. Why would
I-
you?
Next question.
Next question. Ooh,
Did you not
Run
how
out
many-
of
how many
questions?
questions
I don't.
did you
I didn't
make?
have a lot of questions.
Oh, you see.
I was
ran
thinking
out
about
of
other
questions.
things
So
today.
0-1. Owen destroyed.
Oh, and one. Well, he is my
He is your
brother.
I mean, I didn't
spent the
expect-
past 17 years with me, so
That's true.
you've
Whether
had
he
a
was, like-
considerable less amount of time.
I know. I don't know much about you at all. I know you made your own whip.
Oh, that I have. You know what? You know why I did that? It's
Why?
because
To
like
whip
I was,
me.
no. I was looking at YouTube videos on like cool stuff people were making. Like, dude, I could do this. And then my next thought was like, because I was a little younger when I made my first whip. I made
think
two.
It was during.
No, you were my
freshman
age.
year. Yeah.
But still, I mean, as far as like my whole life goes,
You were 17.
we're
3 years
young.
ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are young
I get it.
people. I was like, man, and this is what started me on my motorcycle, and literally pretty much everything I've started doing now.
Now you're a builder.
Jim, just so you know, about average, you're about 1/4 of the way done with your life. You live to about 80.
That is crazy.
Probably less because most of the men in our family cop out at around 60.
That's a little morbid.
But anyway, so a third, really. But anyway, I wanted to be able, because if my kids one day, I was thinking this, I was watching it on my phone. If my kids one day said, Dad, what did you do with your time when you were my age? I didn't want to tell them I spent all my time on a phone watching other people doing things. I wanted to do those things. So I made the whip. That was like the first thing. And I started my motorcycle. Eventually, I wanted to become a pilot. I had to take a break from that because of winter. And then that's about the same time I got into martial arts too. And then I really started getting into that and just experiencing life in little ways too, man. Like you gotta, and write it down too. Like
Yeah.
you gotta write it
That's
down.
why I want to travel so badly, is because, like,
And
I don't want to be
because
like.
I want to tell my kids, like, I did all these things.
And like, I think
why are you
that's
sitting
why.
on the couch? Life is so much better than a couch.
And that's why
It's
this
so much-
podcast is so cool. I think is because the internet's not going away.
No, you have this forever.
This is not. I could anytime.
That's probably you know what? That's a terrifying thought. Is that it'll never go away.
I don't think so. This is great.
I think
We're
it's
just
awesome.
blessing the world right now with
Yeah.
this podcast.
There you go. Well,
When they
maybe someday when I whip this out in front of all your kids, like, hey, look at what your uncle did when he was a kid. They're gonna listen to all these things.
I don't
man.
care.
You're
They'll
gonna
be like, "Oh, my dad's awesome. He had a podcast."
no, when you get a girlfriend, I'm gonna actually whip it out.
Dude, do
I
it.
mean,
Honestly,
honestly, why not?
why not have her on the
Don't
podcast?
Yeah, we could have your girlfriend on the podcast when you get her. When's that gonna happen? Never mind.
Probably never.
Wow.
Owen will
That's throwing shit.
Well, I mean, not never. I should say you don't seem like the kind of guy who's gonna get married. So what's
I
the
don't-
point of getting
here's
a
the thing.
girlfriend?
I don't know what
I
I
mean,
want in my
honestly,
life.
if you're thinking about it.
Just for that fun life.
It's just
Yeah,
he
but
wants-
then you're
he's
just
gotta get
leading
his
someone
travel
on
bug
who
out.
might want to get married, and that's
I
wrong.
never
man.
said I don't want to get married.
He just gotta
I mean-
travel first.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Even
know?
if I meet
Once he
some
gets that
French
travel
girl.
bug.
There you go. And then you're locked in France, which I guess that's not such.
What
a
if they
bad
wanna travel
place
too?
live.
Then they'll come back to America.
Then all the better, dude. Sweet.
Awesome.
I'll come with you.
On that note, thank you for coming out and being on the podcast with us, Jacob.
You're welcome. I had a good time.
Did
Yeah.
you though?
I
Rate
did.
your
You know what?
experience on a scale of 1 to 10.
I like talking with people about life
Really? I didn't notice.
and stuff like that. You know, deep stuff, thought-provoking things
Well,
and such.
it was very fun.
Can we draw this out for 2 more minutes? Make this like
Perfect.
a perfect hour. Can we do that?
You know what?
please?
No, just to annoy him, stop
Come
it
on,
right now.
no,
Bye.
don't you dare,
Bye, thank
Patrick.
you.
Don't
Remember
you
to
dare.
follow us on social
Don't you
media.
dare.
Oh yeah,
I'm-
thank you. And if you like it, share with a
I
friend.
can't leave.